You know the drill, let's get started.
Wow, Coco trying to save time.
Yes.
It's Kyoko, there's no other explanation. But Kyoko's is standing right there. No, that's a ghost.
But she has legs and stuff.
Well, that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
Ugh, there's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate. It's been reached from the moment I stepped inside the school. Okay, so I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right?
Yeah, because Kyoko standing right there is not proof enough.
We're off to a great start with this trial. Great start. Then let's compare Kyoko's traits, the traits of the dead body.
Kyoko, go lay beyond beside the dead body so we can compare.
Her traits.
One important trait Kyoko has that proves the body doesn't belong to her: piercing glare. Kyoko's gloves. I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery, I'm sure of it. In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
They probably just got burned up in the explosion. I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all. Words. To fool us all.
Why would she want to do that? There's no way that corpse was Kyoko. But if I can't prove why, we're gonna be stuck here and the case won't move forward. So I don't have any choice but to... Yay! First one! First blind one in 2 years.
Whoa!
Tattoo on right hand, exploded body analysis, fake nails. That Kyoko there isn't just a ghost.
It's just a ghost.
It's just a ghost. Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
Prove it!
The body wasn't wearing gloves. Fuck. Holy shit, that took off 10 seconds. She was wearing gloves before the explosion. Well, yes,
Yeah.
she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko. This entire discussion is idiotic. Okay. I know that body is
time we agree.
Kyoko, and I know I can prove it. Okay.
You can do it, Coco.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know.
Impossible!
Whoa.
What was that? Hey!
それが違うよ!
No, there's no way the corpse was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been pretty big pain. I remember someone here trying to convince me they could.
It's enemy.
You
Besides,
never know in Danganronpa.
Flashback, who said that?
so naturally that body can't belong to her, so it must be Kyoko. Somehow I sincerely doubt Kyoko has garish red long fingernails. There is no other possibility.
I mean, she wore gloves most of the time. How could you know?
'Cause garish long red fingernails wouldn't fit in gloves. Remember who? But I made this exact point and someone was like, well, they must be wearing it over the gloves. Remember, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails, don't you think? I don't think that's the prime issue here.
I don't think she's even self-conscious about it. She probably just doesn't want people to see it.
Jeez, man. You don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
Don't you?
Probably to you, you're an idiot.
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
I mean, yeah, it is possible, like, to wear gloves with fake nails, but, like, you will have to have a lot of free space.
Yeah, that just
And
that would defeat the point of fake nails.
also.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko. I can't believe we're having this conversation.
With Kyoko right here.
It should have been obvious since she's standing right here!
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First we need to figure that out. We will be working on that if it weren't for you.
Yeah. That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's dragging us around in circles. Before anything, we have to identify the victim. Everything starts from there.
Who's the dead body?
Sprinklers, exploded body analysis, tattoo on right hand. I think it's probably gonna be tattoo on right hand. Let's see. If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died? There's gotta be some way to figure it out. Oh god, these are so distracting. I don't think the face was scorched beyond recognition, and there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. And if we can't identify the body, then there's nothing else we can do, right?
We're doomed.
And the one thing that can tell us was on the victim's own body.
Yay, you did it!
Yay!
There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real?
If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual death. A cruel and unusual death? This I gotta see.
Thank you.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh yeah, the design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog?
A dog?
That was a really uncomfortable line.
Oh, I didn't even read it all the way. What did it say?
You don't need to know.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's bad.
You don't need to. You don't need to remember that. Just forget it.
Oh, I think I know.
Seriously, they really did something that humiliating?
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Whoa, really?
If you compare the tattoo to other information we have, the victim's identity should become clear.
Yay!
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Okay, so...
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
The image that represents Fenrir is DOG or WOLF.
Oh!
So hard. Can you do this, Coco?
I can't. I'm sorry. Game over.
YOLO! Whoa.
Amazing.
The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast. He's the child of the trickster god, Loki, and a female giant. Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literally all-star. Yeah.
A wolf tattoo? Then that means...
Exactly. The body we found has a tattoo of a wolf.
Of a wolf?
Woof, woof, woof. Which means the person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
What?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing? You sound surprised. But you're absolutely right.
Okay.
Yes, indeed! The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Okay, I guess.
What? Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a class trial?
No, it means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place. I'm trying to think, and like it's making me distracted. Like, oh wait, right, I need a voice act.
You can do it, Coco.
After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
Then who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's been gone this whole time, and when she finally turns up, she gets killed.
Usually, when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us, just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
Jiro.
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
Can people not make mistakes, Byakuya?
I've never made a mistake in my life.
You made the mistake of being born.
Oh!
Oh! Damn! My information was not wrong. Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big old brain.
Or in Yasuhiro's case, your P brain.
Just a P.
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body.
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along.
Hiro, just shut your mouth. Nope, there are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mukuro? Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
It'd be pretty cool if it was Makoto, but I don't think this game has that much guts. Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to? Based on what we know, there can only be 2 suspects. You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point there was no dead body there. So the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The 4 of us were trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which to say, the 4 of us all have alibis. The only one without alibis
are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
Exactly so. So the only suspects now are me and Kyoko. Damn it! I can't let this stand. Somehow I have to clear my name. I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing. Are you thinking of raising an objection against me? Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place.
So we're all just gonna believe Byakuya and assume that he didn't kill the person
Yeah.
when he was in the garden and then he left the garden? Okay.
Doing that might reveal some kind of clue. Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at... Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
9ish.
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? When she went to go get the pickaxe.
So what time was the body discovered? The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m. since that's when Toku went to get the pickaxe. Now then, Toku, what time is it?
Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 the dot now.
Okay, go get the pickaxe and be back here by 9:01. 59. 58.
He's right. It had to be around then. So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. you don't have an alibi.
The murder happened between 10 p.m. and 9 a.m. and I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. till 7:30 a.m. 7:30 is when the sprinklers go off. Okay then, it looks like the game has begun. If I can't provide an alibi for that period, then I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during the time I don't have an alibi. To do that, I have to make it clear when the body ended up in the garden. Alright. Give me a bullet about the sprinklers. Ha ha!
Oh! Are you sure you haven't played this?
I'm sure. Alright, we established the time before the time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep, but Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time. Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30. And that's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time. There's something that happens at the garden at the same time every morning. Thinking back, the corpse was almost totally dry. Well, okay, you just kind of. In which case, I should be able to figure out when the body must have appeared in the garden. Oh. How do I make it go fast? There we go.
Yay!
Yay!
いや、殺人が起きたのは夜10時以降じゃない。確実にもっと後だったはずだよ。
Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
なぜそう思うんだ?
And what makes you say that? Because the body would have been wet already. Because of the sprinklers in the garden. Didn't we have like an entire discussion about what dries faster, blood or water?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and because the blood wasn't, like, he made a comment of saying the blood was still wet. So if the body had been there, it should have still been wet from water too.
Mm-hmm.
The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right?
つまり死体が朝7時30分よりも前に植物庭園にあったなら
So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30,
あの死体は水で濡れていなきゃおかしいんだよ
then it should have been completely soaked.
ちょっと待
Hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
That's because we splashed it with a bucket of water.
深さんそれは違うんだ
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
Gasp. I'm wrong? How?
Oh my god.
No! 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 What the hell is wrong with you? I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean?
What?
By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire existence?
Yeah.
確実にネジ飛んでんべ
Man, you're totally wacko.
Something. Finally, he says something
Useful.
that makes sense. Yeah.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you'd better tell us why.
I need to prove that it wasn't the sprinklers that got the body wet.
Because, you know, he can't just say, I dumped the water on the body. Oh no.
That everyone saw me do. Except for you. All I have to do is hit Toko with certain evidence, and that should do it. If we look at the body itself, that should make it clear. Wait, what? Really? We're gonna... Oh no, not this!
Yes.
I still don't know the music for this one. I don't remember it.
Me either.
It's like,
Yeah, I think it was something like that.
I wonder what's actually happening in the courtroom when they do this. Bum, 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 bum.
これで証明するよ
They're just screaming at each other.
せいじゃないって
Yeah.
And everyone's watching.
It's like a tennis match. Everyone else is just like looking back and forth between them. And we will go ahead and end this episode right here. Thank you guys for joining us, and see you next time.
Bye-bye.
See you next time.
Hello, everyone! Coco is here to make a very special announcement. Today is November 4th, which means this is the official kickoff for Extra Life. You probably already know since we have talked about this on the channel, but Extra Life is a fundraising campaign in which, primarily in the month of November, gamers promise to stream a cumulative total of 24 hours. And they do this in order to raise money for the Children's Hospital Network. It's a very good cause. You can check in the description. I will have a link to the official website. But one special thing that we're going to do is that on November 19th, that's a Sunday, starting at 3 p.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time, we will be streaming Danganronpa.